Star Trek is owned by CBS Studios, Inc. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of. Every human being who ever was lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor, and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Imagination will often carry us to worlds that never were, but without it we go nowhere. Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. These are the voyages of the U.S.S. Pegasus. And you find the bar. It's not hard. It's not hidden or anything.
That's good. Meet us at the hidden bar. You won't be able to find it.
Is there many people in there?
Like, it's not empty.
What time is it?
I don't know. What time do you go?
I don't know. What time do you get the message, Aura?
12:50 a.m.
At a.m.?
Wow.
Why were we all up?
Yeah. It's definitely time to go to the bar.
There's a lot of work to be done on the Pegasus.
I see.
Is there many uniformed officers in there?
A couple. Not from the
Fun
Pegasus,
fact.
but there's a couple.
Yep. No, but so Yennek's kind of looking to see if there's anybody that really would, you know. I guess he doesn't get a feeling, but you know, any obvious signs that would make him question.
Hunt's walked over to the bar and ordering a drink.
Or is gonna kind of just look around, go from kind of investigating each table, looking for someone who's sitting alone, who could be the person we're looking for.
There's a couple that are sitting alone. Human, Starfleet officer. Several tables are empty.
And I will go and sit at an empty table if I don't find anyone I think is the right person.
And a couple of minutes after you sat down, a Ferengi comes over, pulls up a chair. To your world, welcome!
Thank you. Are you here... Did you send me a message?
I did. There is an opportunity.
What is this opportunity?
Warp core you need. Warp core I know.
Okay. What do we have to do for it?
That depends on you, Starfleet. Warp core's not cheap.
How do we know that you even have a warp core?
Because I have the lobes for business. I don't like short-term gains. I like long-term gains.
Okay. Do you own the warp core?
He smiles. No.
I see.
So, you can pay 15,000 bars of gold-pressed latinum.
Or his expression doesn't change.
Or I can help you get it. And you do me a favor sometime. I do not trade in weapons or slaves. So you will never be asked to do something that should be too far away from your Starfleet morals.
Let me talk with some of my associates and crewmates and see if we can come to an understanding. What's your name?
My name is From.
From. Well, hopefully we will be doing some business in the future. And Aura gets up and walks over to where the commander is drinking.
The XO commander or the commander?
You.
Kelle's over there too.
Okay.
Oh, Lieutenant.
Yeah.
I noticed you were just talking to a Ferengi.
Yeah, so he doesn't actually have the warp core, but he says he knows how to get it.
That doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Yeah. He... well, he says it's up to us. We can either buy it for... how much was it again? It's 15,000 gold platinum. Or we can steal it, I think.
The commander's looking around for the XO.
Yeah, the XO was somewhat nearby, but he was kind of keeping an eye out on the when he saw, okay, that's the person that's talking with Lieutenant Thatcher. I'm gonna check to see who's watching them talking. Just being a bit paranoid, I suppose. So he's kind of, maybe standing at the bar or something like that, looking around, which is, he's doing his best to be inconspicuous, but he looks like the tourist wearing the hat and holding the map and wearing a camera around his neck, right? So he's about that inconspicuous, right? Because he's not drinking.
Yes, exactly.
He's drinking like water or something. And yeah, subtlety is not really his shtick.
Well, speaking of which, if Kelle wanted a drink, Hunt would have ordered her one.
Sure. She will be drinking a drink then, I guess.
Okay. You drinking what Hunt's drinking?
Sure. Don't know what that is.
Scotch dry.
All right.
How much gold press latinum?
15,000.
Yeah, 15,000, I think.
That is a lot.
I could check my bank account. I'm pretty sure I don't have that much in there.
Right, but maybe start Could Starfleet pay for any of it?
Would Starfleet pay for any of it? This is a warp core from a dubious source. So I'm questioning whether it's actually able to... I mean, you would know of anybody if it would be able to be retrofitted to the ship. Did he actually give you...
He didn't give me...
What kind of warp core it was?
He didn't tell me any specifics, but I said I'd talk to you and get back to him.
For me, if you're asking me as your commanding officer, I've got no issue with it because I'm not one for, you know, I'm not a stickler for the rules.
To me, it matters who it's from. Are we stealing it from another Starfleet ship? Like, that would not be a good thing to do. If we're getting it from Romulans, then, you know.
Oh, if we're getting it from Romulans, definitely. I'm in for that. You can count me in.
But, I mean, it depends who we're taking it from.
And he didn't give any indications?
No, I didn't really press him, though.
Where is the Ferengi now?
I assume he's still sitting there unless he left.
Is the Ferengi still at the table? So you're concerned that we might be stealing it off another Starfleet ship?
Or, like, an orphanage. I have no idea what...
Why would an orphanage have a warp core?
What?
I would have loved to have grown up in that orphanage. Anyway,
Who knows who we're taking it from is my point. So, let's, if we ask him for more details, he might just assume that we'll do it.
an opportunity has presented itself, Commander. Lieutenant. This concussion, my God. How long do these things last?
I'm not sure you should still be feeling effects. Perhaps once I get the medbay running properly.
Another scotch, my dear sir.
And they give
Are
it
you
to
sure
you.
you should be drinking with a concussion?
Thank you. According to the medical officers from before, I don't have a concussion. Anyway,
The Klingon ones?
No, from before.
Oh.
He was
Upstairs.
given a clean bill of health. Which is why I said I don't believe he should still be feeling the effects of a concussion.
Right.
It's probably just the long work hours that I've been here. Like, it's nearly 1 a.m. now, so...
Yes, I understand it's necessary to work late because the ship needs a lot of work, but once it's operational, I would suggest more regular sleeping hours.
Alright, so... Yeah, the less the XO probably knows, the better. But either way, the opportunity has presented itself. If it is from another starship, then it might be something that we have to report. Until that time, it is an opportunity for us to hasten the retrofitting of our new ship.
Do you think we should discuss it with the captain first, or just go ahead?
I, for one, don't think we need to discuss this with the captain. I think the captain made it pretty clear that we were to investigate this on our own terms.
Alright. In that case, do you want to talk to the Ferengi, or do you want me to go back to him?
I'll talk to the Ferengi.
Alright. And Aura will...
And Hunt walks over to the Ferengi and sits down.
To your world welcome!
Wow. And to your world welcome too. Ferengi, do you have a name?
My name is Fram.
Frang. So, word on the street is that you have a warp core that might be suitable for our ship.
I know where one is.
And you either want platinum or... gold press platinum, should I say. Or a favour in the future or a favour
A favour in future. I am businessman. There is platinum to be made out here, especially if friends of Starfleet. I don't deal in slaves or weapons. They are short-term gains, but the risk eats the profit.
I have no issue with dealing with you, but you have to understand that any favour that you request of us cannot go against or break the Federation Code of Conduct.
Not so much break. Just
Bend the rules,
Just
I'm
as
okay
long
with.
as we could bend some of them.
I'm fine with bending the rules. It's something that you don't need a, say, and he holds up his hands, a higher officer in command to do. Someone of my rank is sufficient
I think
enough.
so. I smuggle. I avoid tariffs now and again on some items that aren't always popular amongst authority, like Romulan ale. But I trade in alcohol and smoke weed. But not drugs, not medicine, not arms, and not people.
I completely understand, Fron. There is a need for smugglers in the universe. Where I grew up, we needed such services. So,
And we look,
and if it's outside the law, then that's so be it.
and who knows? We look in places Starfleet cannot go.
Exactly. I look forward to doing business with you.
As do I.
So, is this the deal?
It is the deal I am offering. I will help you steal it if that's what you require. In return for some favour to turn blind eye when I am bringing things that are not of danger to the Federation. Or taking something like medicine that others could use.
Steal it from who? And he's sort of like narrowing his eyes.
And he grins really big and he's like, the Orions.
Orions. Hang on. Who are the Orions? Do we have an Orion on board with us? Or?
No.
They're a big crime syndicate.
They're the
They're a crime
pirates.
syndicate.
Yeah, big one. Yep.
Really? Okay. Hunt looks at him. He's still got his eyes sort of like squinted, like, you know, scrutinizing, and then one eyebrow raised, and he's like, really?
Really?
No, you're in jest. You're jesting.
Quite long ago,
This is...
one of your Yennek starships, an original one, not a refit. Presumed lost it was. But it wasn't lost. It was captured by the Orions. The crew they put into slavery, long dead now. But the ship they used, well away from Federation space, but old it is now. Much like yours was being mothballed. They were going to tear it to pieces. They still are, but they haven't yet. But its lights are on. But what is the term? No one is home. Its warp core still works, and an X-warp core it is. Will fit your ship, yes?
Maybe. I'm just the pilot.
Sneak into their shipyard. Steal the core.
Just how big is the core?
About 3 of these tables.
Okay, so I could fit it inside a
Yes.
shuttlecraft.
Need good pilot.
I don't like to brag, but I've only crashed once or twice.
Place defended, but not really well. Sneak in. Grab some stuff. You get what you want. I get what I want.
Hunt grabs his scotch, swigs it down, slams the glass
It's
on
a
the table.
stolen from Starfleet vessel, yes, but not commissioned Starfleet vessel.
Fine, we have a deal.
Very good.
He puts out his
And he
hand.
takes it. A little awkward, but it looks like he's seen it before, like the gesture.
It's a deal.
Opportunity awaits.
You have
I
the
do.
coordinates for me?
And he writes them down.
Cool. So is there a window of opportunity for this Frung?
Sooner rather than later, yes?
Yep, I understand. Okay. Hunt picks up the
They don't know
coordinates.
anyone interested. But they are tearing it to pieces soon. Merchant saw it. Told me. Had pictures. NX, yes.
Hunt will look at the coordinates. Are they familiar? Like, are they far away?
You think they're
or
about
something that-
a week at like warp 3, like less if you go faster, and definitely somewhere. But yeah, so it's not in Orion space, but it's not far from it. So it's like it's definitely not a world. It's not a known place. So it's not inconceivable looking at the coordinates. Like it's out of the way. So if they were going to be putting something, it's like, oh yeah, they could. If they're just putting old ships and stuff somewhere, it's like, yeah, they could probably do it there. Like it's not. You don't look at it and go, nah, there's no way. That's a trap.
All right, so Hunt will stand up.
You're
Thanks,
most
Frong.
welcome.
We'll be in touch. Well, he'll head back over to Kelle and Aura, and he'll nod to the XO to, like, as in a beckoning nod.
Okay, the XO will walk over.
Or
All right. Your friend here, Frong, Lieutenant, has provided me with coordinates to a warp core that's in current possession of the Orions.
I see. Well, I was overhearing what you were talking about, and I think we should do it. I don't know if that's still up for debate, but I think it's...
So, XO, I'm going to need to borrow, well, we, if you're willing, if you want to come along, are going to need to borrow a shuttlecraft for about a week.
A week.
What's the turnaround time on this for, like, how long to get there?
Yeah, it was about a week away at warp 3.
Week at warp 3, which is what
Yep.
a shuttlecraft can do. Yep. Well, realistically, when because when you're saying about changing out the scrubbers in the first season, from Picard's original ship, I forget what
Stargazer.
it's called now, the Stargazer. Was it the Stargazer? No, there was another ship that was lost, and they survived in a shuttle for months until they found their new planet, where the women ran all the politics and stuff.
It's not the survivability in the shuttle that concerns me. It's the missing of a week of time. Surely the captain will have to be made aware of that.
Well, the argument is that we have a week to get a warp core to make our ship warp functional, as opposed to we don't know. And he holds up and he does double quotes in the air, when the Federation's going to be able to find us a suitable warp core. So, I mean, this is an opportunity. Apparently, it's off an old ship that was supposed to have been lost by the Federation many years ago. So it could be an opportunity to determine what exactly happened to this ship as well. And its crew, because apparently the crew were captured along with the ship.
The Ferengi did mention that they were long dead, but...
Oh yes, because this happened a long time ago, so...
Yeah, the ship we'd be taking the warp core from is as old as the one we're now trying to repair.
And
It is a relief that we wouldn't take it from anyone who needs it.
But this ship is currently holding deceased Starfleet personnel?
No. The ship was... it's my understanding the ship was taken by the Orions, and the crew was put into slavery. And are long since dead. That's my understanding.
So
the
that
ship
would have
is...
been 200 years ago.
There might be more to the story than that, but yeah, I didn't go into specifics. There's not much that we can do about people that have passed, but there is something that we can do about a warp core.
Yes, however, the ship is Starfleet property.
It is, but it is currently being dismantled. So whether it's in condition to fly,
By whom? It should be taken by another Starfleet vessel back to whichever shipyard to be properly
Well, the
dismantled.
Orions are dismantling it, sir.
I see what you're
So
saying,
it's-
that we should not only take the warp core, but take the entire ship.
Correct.
That is...
If it's in a flyable state, I'm wholeheartedly agreeable to stealing a whole starship off someone.
I don't think it's stealing. If it is a Starfleet ship, it's repatriating.
Recovering?
Repatriating, sir.
Correct.
I think we're having a valid argument for our captain.
Yeah, although I don't know how we would steal an entire starship. The Ferengi made it sound...
Well, we're not stealing. We're not stealing, and he's holding
yes,
up his double
sorry.
quotes hand.
It's going to be hard for me to not
Repatriating.
say that.
However, there is
Maybe.
one problem. If the ship is currently being dismantled by the Orions, and the Pegasus cannot travel at warp 3, we might take the Pegasus to arrive in greater force, but be very late to retrieve a possibly functioning
I
warp
think
core.
the mission requires more of a subterfuge approach, so more of an infiltration process. Something small, less detectable. Maybe non-Starfleet regulation uniforms, not even uniforms, go in as acting pirates or scavengers ourselves.
This sounds more like something for Section 31. However, I must accept the logic of getting a functioning warp core by whichever means we can. We
Would-
should tell the captain.
Aaron, would... Oh, yeah, sorry. Aaron, would, the EXO have my complete
I don't know.
background?
It depends. It depends. What's in your document?
I'm going to send you something.
There's a lot of redacted in his background, in his personnel file.
There might be some redacted. I'm just sending you a focus. And whether that would be visible in...
If it's been training and stuff, then yeah, it'd be there under not expertise, but stuff for sure.
Oh, okay.
Unless that was
so I
not
forgot to-
training and was actually a mission, in which case it would be.
No,
If
it
it
was a
was-
mission, I think.
If it was
part
a hushy mission, then there would be a redacted part.
Okay. Yeah, so you know that there's redacted information in Hunt's report that you would have read. And there's really only one reason why, information's redacted. Oh, there might be other reasons.
Well,
but,
actually,
the
I
obvious
probably
reason.
wouldn't have read it. That would probably be for Captain's Eyes only type of thing. I'm guessing. Anyway.
Which he did.
Unless he gave it to you.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Anything that said, you know, if there was something that said don't show anyone else, he wouldn't have. But otherwise, he would have said, like, well, you're going to be managing the crew somewhat, so,
okay.
Read all this.
Yeah, he
paper.
might have, like, handed you, I think it's like 120 personnel, so he might have handed you, like, 120 things and said, read these because I have it. I mean, you're going to be managing the crew, so...
And just tell me the highlights once you're done, so I know you've read them properly.
To see if you agree with my assessment.
Exactly,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah, okay. Commander, if you feel that's an advisable course of action, I am willing to bow to your experience in matters of this type, and let me know if I can assist.
It's not something I got a lot of experience in, but yeah. It's just, I'm going with my gut feeling on this one.
I will say the feeling you got from the Ferengi here is he's hungry for latinum, but he did feel genuine in
Yes.
screwing you over would be a short-term deal, but if he can be useful to you and you can be fair to him, he's going to make more money long-term, so he's...
My interpretation was that he will use us to bend some sort of rules so he can, make advantage, but he's very businesslike, so he doesn't want to completely screw us over and lose that, business relationship. So if he can, hey, do you guys don't mind just doing this? And then, come, if there's ever anything we need again, it'll be like, hey, I got another business proposition for you. The last business deal wasn't so bad, was it?
No, that is the feeling you got from him. That he's very transparent and he wants money. That's his driving motivation. But that if he makes a good deal with you and can bring good information or good something, where he is valuable, then that will benefit him on a longer term.
Yeah. Yep. And Hunt knows about these business relationships too. Being on the Outer Rim, you have to have relationships like these to survive. Very well. So we got a plan. XO, are you agreeable?
I am agreeable with the with what we want to do here with regards to acquiring a warp core. I don't know much about doing the guy the favor after, and I'm just happy to leave it at the fact that I don't know much about that. You would be wise to not tell me that part, but...
Yeah. Let's just say I'll owe him a favor.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to talk to him.
Yeah,
So you don't have to worry about yourself about that, XO, and the captain doesn't have to worry either. All right, shall we go to the captain with our proposed mission?
Yeah, I think we will have to, for the fact that we're going to be gone a week. I think that's that's a tough one to pull off, right?
I'm pretty sure he'd notice, yes.
Yeah,
We're going to bed for a week.
Hi, we're all going to be very busy for the next week. Please do not disturb.
I think it might actually be 2 weeks. It's a week there, a week back.
Oh, it's a week there and a week back.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Okay,
there we go.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're all going to be very busy for 2 weeks working on...
Can you do this?
Commander Yennek here.
I'm in engineering, and you're not.
That's whom is it that I'm
Hunt's
talking
looking
to?
around.
It is definitely the captain.
Oh! Oh gosh. Okay, Captain, I have accompanied
just realised I've got to be
the others
somewhere.
that, on a important information gathering mission.
You're at a bar.
We think we might have a lead on obtaining a warp core, a working warp core. Can we meet you in your ready room?
Yes.
All right, we'll be there as soon as possible. And I Yennek out and close the comms, and then I look at the others, and the closest thing I could get to emotion is kind of that "let's hurry the hell up and get out of here" thing.
Well, Hunt's already at the
Yeah.
door.
He seemed surprised
Hunt just
that
walked
you
off.
were here.
He did.
Huh.
Why?
And not pleasantly surprised.
Did he not expect you to be here?
That was the distinct impression I got, yes.
Huh.
Weird.
Huh. Yeah, you two wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Hey, wait up, Hunt.
Hunt's at the door looking back.
wait for me, Hunt.
He left in the middle of that conversation.
Yeah, Kelle's leaving.
I mean, Hunt's going to wait outside, but yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
I
all
was like,
probably kind of feeling.
XO, what did the captain want?
The captain wants to see us all in the ready room as soon as possible.
Okay.
And he didn't seem aware that all of us were here. Strangely.
He knew some of us were here.
Oh, how...
That's why I specified
we-
all of us, Aura.
We did say that we were coming here. Oh, okay. Let's head... where are we meeting him?
In the ready room.
Okay. I guess we're all heading to the ready
Yep.
room.
To get in trouble.
Yeah. Where I'm going to get busted down to.
We're going to the principal's office.
Ooh,
The commander's down to a lieutenant.
Hunt's in trouble.
Lieutenant
So are you!
Junior grade.
Junior, extra junior.
Hey, you can't demote me. Apparently no one else on the ship knows anything about medical stuff.
And remember, when you get sick, I have to look after you. Alright, so we're heading to the ready room.
He is leaning
Once we get
on
there.
his desk. What part, Mr. Hunt, of leave the XO where he was did you not understand?
Well, sir, I kind of figured that we needed a proper Federation presence in the bar during this information gathering.
And
Reckon
3 of you is not a big presence?
Well, an XO is a very big presence. I'm just a pilot. Lieutenant's here, just a science officer, and a ship's counselor. An XO, though, means that we're serious about following up the information, which I would like to add has panned out to be something quite significant.
Impress me.
Oh crap, I forgot the ship's name.
Roll
Well,
with
Very
disadvantage.
impressive.
can I spend a momentum to remember the ship's
Which ship?
name? The ship that we're going to
It's an
steal a
NX.
warp core from.
Yeah.
It was an old Federation ship.
It was an NX. He didn't give you the name
Yep.
of... He didn't, like, the...
Oh,
of
so
the-
he didn't
the
give me a
actual-
name.
No, it sounded like you forgot the name of the ship you were on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
No, I was
No,
I was
no.
thinking it was the name of the ship that had the warp core, and I was thinking I don't think he mentioned anything. I think he just said it was a NX class.
Yeah. So.
But I'm assuming you got the coordinates?
Went and had a. Yeah, he's holding up the bit of paper in his hand. Yeah, went and talked to Ferengi, who's was concerned, and he holds up his two, double quotes in the air. Anyway, held concerns about some Orions that had possession of an NX Federation class starship, an NX series, that they're currently dismantling, which has a warp core. So I feel it's probably a important mission to go and repatriate this ship, given that the Federation needs more vessels. So?
Well, it's worth checking out. Stealing the ship may not be possible.
It's not...
Might not be, sir, but the information about how it got captured might be worth something, and on top of that, it still has the warp core, which this ship desperately needs. And given that the Federation hasn't given us a timeline on when we could expect to see a warp core, I think this is a perfect opportunity to, if we can repatriate the ship. If not, we can at least have a look at the databanks and salvage a warp core.
Mr. Yennek, your thoughts?
Don't you agree, XO?
Yeah, the XO will chime in to say that I watched the Ferengi discussing this with the commander, and he did not appear to exhibit any of the common traits of someone telling a falsehood. So I'm inclined to believe his story.
I think even the ship's counselor would agree.
As far as I can tell, yes, it's not like I sat down and had a conversation with him. I'm sure he'd stab us in the back if he thought it would get him anything, but it wouldn't, so he'd rather work with us.
Alright. Proceed. I'll put it down as a longer training exercise.
You don't think that Starfleet should know about this?
If it goes right, yes. If it goes wrong, the least they know the better.
Plausible deniability, Lieutenant. Plausible deniability.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, and I'll just reiterate that, that the location is approximately a week's journey at Warp 3, with the Orions currently attempting to dismantle this ship. So a show of force might lead to a unnecessary confrontation, which the Federation is ill-equipped to take part in at this moment.
I definitely agree.
Perhaps in this case, subterfuge would be the better method.
Them not knowing that it was the Federation would be a much more acceptable outcome. You can proceed, Commander.
Okay, so I guess we'll equip a runabout with 4 EVA suits and whatever other proper tools and everything we'll need.
Back in a runabout so soon.
Maybe 5 EVA suits. We should bring along an extra person.
With a red
why?
shirt. I was thinking you were expecting maybe there might be someone we might have to rescue or something, but
I don't know, but we might need some muscle to be able to lift, or I don't know what to expect in trying to anticipate removal of a warp core, so an extra mechanic might help.
that's fair enough. Someone with a better expertise in engineering.
Did you have anyone in mind?
We might have to seek that as a private help from the people stationed here. I think all the people on the Pegasus are spoken for in their roles within Starfleet. So we might have to hire someone from the outside to assist.
Do we have the money for that?
I'm sure that can be freed up.
As long as it's cheaper than 15,000.
Exactly.
14,999.
Gold press latinum.
Oh,
Exactly.
done.
Yeah.
What a deal.
That last bar, we just can't find it anywhere.
No.
And they won't come down a single cent.
Yeah, if only
Exactly.
they just... If we could have just argued him down one bar.
The Voyages of the U.S.S. Pegasus utilises the excellent official rules Star Trek Adventures released by Mephidius Games. Featuring Emily as Lieutenant Kelle, Shadow as Lieutenant Aura, Raveninsane as Commander Hunt, Ken as Commander Yennek, and Ghost as the GM. Many of the sounds come from Sirenscape, an excellent app for bringing more life to your gaming table. You can find us at critfail.com.